Friday night racing under lights at Geelong this Friday evening for the 2018 Geelong Gold Cup. I'm joined by George Farrugia to preview the race. And George, a race steeped in history, fantastic lead up the Geelong Cup into the Melbourne Cup, and it looks a cracker.
It is. It's one of those country cups which has an honour roll to be envied. To be fair, it's been a fantastic race for such a long time, and as you mentioned, the calendar suggests that if you go on the Geelong Cup, you're a big chance in the Melbourne Cup.
It's the right time to get that form pumping, and we've seen Black Magic Opal do the double. Haranui Hitman won a Geelong Cup, was placed in a Melbourne Cup, and there was one more.
Dynatron as well, yeah, winning the Geelong Cup, Melbourne Cup double. So, yeah, you want to go in with some good form, and I think we've got a cracking field.
We do. There's a lot of speed, as we can see the box draw now. Slingshot Hammer lining up with the inside. Dinah Hunter out there in box 8. You throw the speed into this race. Speed Star, George, 6.39 to the first peg in a heat. Number 7 Emerald Rainbow went 6.40, and you add to that Dinah Hunter's 6.48. So this Geelong Cup, it's got a stack of early speed.
Yeah, look, it's going to be on for young and old. You cannot make a mistake out of the boxes in this race. And then you got Orson Allen, who's very quick early and began really well last week as well. So it's going to be so important. And you've got some greyhounds who are really, really strong as well.
We add to that, 6.46 Orson Allen went to the first peg, which was actually quicker than Dinah Hunter, who I guess looked to probably be going faster in the way the race played out. Now, we add to that speed, there's a fair bit of strength as well. Slingshot Hammer, we know how strong he can hit the line. Aston Cometto's an interesting runner because I know he's a greyhound that can trial the arms off the clock. He looks like he's going to develop into a really nice staying type. And he's unbeaten on horseshoe tracks, one-turn tracks.
Well, that's the thing with him, isn't it? You don't think he's a 460 type dog. He looks like he wants it longer, but he keeps getting the job done. Of course, Warrigal sent Ledger, and his win last week again was fantastic. He's going to have to sit behind them and then just power home and need a little bit of luck, but he's done it before.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed with Geelong, you seem to see a lot of runners roll off as they come for home, and there's always that little gap like the sprint lane in the harness, and that could be Aston Cometto just bursting through as they turn for home.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen Slingshot Hammer really fan wide and still run 25.38, so that maybe be the hope for Aston Cometto, but geez, you're going to have to run down dogs running 25.20 odd, I think.
Were you surprised with how many runners ran such quick time?
Oh, look, mate, the track would have been in good nick, but I mean, we've got quality greyhounds here who have run time pretty much all over the state, to be fair, so I wasn't too surprised.
Did you think the box draw for the finals favoured any runners?
Well, if you have a look at Dinah Hunter, never been beaten off box 8 from 6 attempts, which is absolutely huge going into a race like this, especially considering all the speed in the race. I think he'll be able to make his own luck. Really loved his run home time too last week.
Yeah, he looks a greyhound in red hot form, and I think the Collins camp, they've done a really good job with Dinah Hunter. They dropped him back. He raced at Warrigal on the 25th of September, raced again there on the 2nd of October, just provincial races, picked up the confidence, then to Geelong for a 400, and now the heats, and he is just going in red hot form.
Probably June, July was one of the hottest young pups in the country, to be fair, and look, had a little bit of a lull, but has come back all guns are blazing, and what a time to do it.
Perfect timing, there's no doubt about that. The spring feelings in the air. Let's get straight into selections now. The punters sitting at home, they know George Farrugia, you're a gun tipster, so let's steer this ship into a winning dock. Yeah, look, my numbers are 8, 2, 7 and 3. I've gone Dinah Hunter on top considering he's never been beaten off box 8. I think that's a big thing. Not only was he the fastest heat winner, his run home time was good. His mid-race pace was amazing. And I think the race caller did say he dropped the hammer, and I think that's a perfect assessment of how he was going. Ahead of number 2, Orson Allen, who I think's been knocking on the door in group company for a little while now. Ran second behind Dinah Paddy in a maturity. That was a huge run. And I think his recent form's been really good. A bit more consistent.
Yeah, he is, especially out of the boxes, and he gets his opportunity with a slow beginner on his outside, not a really quick beginner on his inside either. Number 7 for third, Emerald Rainbow, amazing splits. He's so fast, this greyhound. Of course, the half-brother to Uphill Jill, who has constantly broken 5 seconds to the mark at Sandown Park. He's a flawless beginner. And number 3, Aston Cometto, for the reason we spoke about, he's going to be powering home at the end, and he is an extreme talent. 8, 2, 7 and 3, the numbers for George. Look, I'm going very similar. I'm going 8, 2, 1 and 3. I think the race will be set up by Speed Star and Emerald Rainbow. I think they'll lead, and if Dinah Hunter can just lob up to third and get the run at the right time when they leave the back, he's going to be really hard to beat. I'm going 8 on top Dinah Hunter to beat 2 Orson Allen. Reasons you touched on, George. I think he's beginning well. He's consistent, but the 2... I guess he's got 2 of the 3 slowest beginners in the race drawn either side, so I think he'll get a good run through. For third, I'm going 1, Slingshot Hammer. Look,
I just think either he or Aston Cometto could get that nice run through, just following the likes of Orson, Ellen, Speedstar and co. And if they get the runs, I think they're clearly the next best. So I've settled on 8, 2, 1 and 3. $20 suggested bet. How do we play?
I'm going to keep it really simple. I think $20 on Dinah Hunter. I think it's his race to win from the box draw, so 20 a win on the pink.
I'll go 10 each way, Dinah Hunter. I think that way we can win or run second, at least get something in the kitty for Top Gun night. Stay tuned for that preview as well. Well, George, get down to Geelong Friday night. It's going to be a big one.
Can't wait. Should be a ripper.
Geelong Cup Friday night. Tune in for what will be a memorable 2018 Geelong Cup.